I'm standing here by the Gowanus Canal in Brooklyn, which flooded this entire area yesterday. But New York City was prepared for floods, winds, and storm surges. One thing that few people were expecting were fires. There have been fires in New Jersey, Connecticut, the Bronx, and Brooklyn, but the worst fire by far has been in Breezy Point, Queens, where my colleague Corey Kilgannon has been talking to victims, firefighters, and residents.
This reminds me of, this looked like Hiroshima. That's all I can tell you.
I mean, how could this happen, really?
You can't.
Half the people here are firemen.
Firemen, cops. I'm a retired cop myself.
Yeah.
It's my friend's house. I gotta call her and tell her she has no house. Like 6 houses on Hudson Walk that survived. We're one of them.
We're here in the Breezy Point section of the Rockaways in Queens, in New York City. It's a few hundred houses on the beach, on the ocean, in New York, and they got slammed by Hurricane Sandy last night. But what they also got was a massive fire. This fire started around 7 o'clock, and it was whipped up by the tremendous winds with the hurricane. It spread to dozens of houses. Some of the people who were fighting the fire said that maybe 60, 70, or upwards number of houses were involved. Now, people who have lived in the Rockaways for a long time say they've never seen a storm like this. I mean, you know, a lot of them say the ocean met the bay, which means the ocean on one side, the waters rose up, and they connected with the waters from the bay on the other side. And you know, the streets turned into rivers. The water was chest high, rolling down. I saw a refrigerator on top of a car on one street. I saw a huge timber on top of another car. People were shocked that this thing really, it lived up to all the hype and all the predictions.
Well, we live in a very precarious area. We're always afraid of the water, the bay, and the ocean. Throw a fire in the mix, just not really something people expected. This is as bad as it's gotten.
I'm numb right now. I can't think of anything.
We're seeing people being brought out on little rafts, on little sailboats floating down the street. And then now the National Guard and the cops are coming, the fire department, ambulances, and they're really looking for people who may still be in there. This may be the part of New York City that's, you know, really right on the ocean. It's basically an urban area right on the Atlantic Ocean. So this may have been the worst hit. And, you know, it's going to be a long time before, I mean, all the homes have serious damage, and it's going to be a long time before things are brought back to normal here.
There have been no reported fatalities from the fires, but officials are still assessing the damage and investigating the cause. We'll be following the developments in the coming days.